me being muted. Okay, well, hello, people. Um, we're going to continue on with our development of the point of sale system. Um, yeah, just give me 1 second. Okay, I just wanted to double check that the mic was not being an absolute idiot again. So yesterday we kind of just went through adding more of the uh, uh, database functions to just quickly log new items into the database. Yeah, we still have these to do, and then I realized I'm gonna need to add update functions for like seller, for items, for characters, and for employees. So I just realized I'm gonna need to do that. And then I'm also gonna need to delete functions to employees, characters, sellers. Yeah. And so let's start the app first. So we're just gonna do npm start, which should uh update our thing, hopefully. Me wait here. This should update. There we go. We're focusing on relay/home right now. We did a lot of work last stream with making all this pretty much ready to connect to the database, and also explain to JC, my client, what we were doing and how that was all working. Also, I hear myself and I don't know why. Oh, it's because I have this open. Yeah, that's good. Let me actually just go to the actual. Let's see. Anyways, yeah. So something else I did off stream is I I was able to get alerts set up correctly and whatnot, so that is nice. I was able to do that. So yeah. Anyways, we're going to right. Okay, we're gonna finish off these two things, and then we will add some more functions. In fact, let's just add the functions right now. So we're gonna need update seller, ugh, which just yeah update. So we're gonna do function update seller with a capital S for consistency, and well, this is what this, and really we're going. So when we the thing is when we do update seller, we're going to have to do multiple of different things. And I was debating how I would want to do this. Because, you know, I mean, yeah, I could pull the thing every time we update it. Or I can just pull it all at once. I mean, this is client side. So what I could do is have the client pull the stores they own, the stores that they either own or operate, or like the store they own and the stores that they're an employee of. So I can do that, but that might cause loading times to be a bit a bit jagged. So maybe we won't do that, but we'll see. So we have an update seller, and then we're gonna need, what was the other thing? It was update character, I think. If I can't type. I can type. That's great. Function, update. Oh, update item. Oh wait, update seller, update item, update character, update employee. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we will figure out what we need to pass in a second. Keep forgetting to do function, update. I can never spell character right. Can function, update, employee. And then we'll do a comment to like update suits. Yeah. We haven't decided if we need to do that or not, or if it will be an item itself, because it kind of is an item, but it's also a very specific special item that is added to another item. So like, for example, a search would be like gun safety or whatever, and then that would be attached to as a requirement to any guns that they're selling or whatever. So that's what that is. We'll probably, you know what, we'll just do it. We'll do it. We'll go with the flow and we'll just do it. So we'll do an update search thing. We'll update cert actually, because we're not updating every single thing. And then we will do again right here. We'll do a function and cert. We will figure out the details of that later. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna add some delete functions as well. So we'll do function delete. We'll do delete item first. Well, no, we'll do delete seller. Oh, wait, do I? Hold on, hold on. Anyways. Okay. Well, So, screw it. We'll do it. We'll figure out the security of it later, but that's fine. I mean, Firebase has a whole bunch of rules, so it'll be fine. Uh, function nope. Delete. Uh, delete item. And then function delete, what was it, character? Yeah. Now I actually think you know I mentioned security, but I think it'll actually be easy to do just because, you know, because we're using Firebase, which is amazing, 10 out of 10, recommended, absolutely, especially if you use Mongoose. Ew. Anyways, not to throw any hate, but I mean seriously, come on, do better. Anyway, so Firebase is so awesome with the security rules and whatnot, and claims that you can attach to authentication or authenticated users. So yeah, I can just in the database rules check to see if they own that story, and if they don't, then they can't delete it. And if they're not a manager, then they can't update it. So yeah. Anyways, alright, there we go. Hi JC, welcome JC. Anyways, uh, yeah, it'll be fine. Okay, trust the process. Trust the process. Yeah, we need a function delete character. No, employee. We already did main character. And then we need a function delete cert because that's technically its own thing. Because yeah, that's the easiest way to do that. It'll be okay, okay, JC. It's fine. It's fine. uh, okay. Also, so because I'm using the program I am using to stream to actually all three, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter, all at once, all the chat takes like a couple extra seconds to come through to me, just because it goes through Restream and then which software I'm using, then to me, and it also goes. Then the software will log it onto the other two platforms, so that you get chat from all three of the different live sources all in one, so it takes a second. Anyways, yeah. So, okay, at least the nice thing for the delete ones is that we won't need to get the data. We'll just get the name and then set it to remove. Obviously, we'll check, you know, the permissions and whatnot, but that can be done on Firebase because, yeah. And then we'll have some client permissions on here as well, but those, you know, aren't actually in security wise aren't gonna do anything. But that's what Firebase security rules is for. Um, I'm not gonna worry about updating or deleting those, especially public record. I feel like once it's a public record, it's a public record. You know. Announcements. Probably should do at least a delete one. Maybe. Probably. By adding here just in case. We'll deal with it later. Okay. Bye, JC. Okay. Oh. You know, I kind of want to do HTML stuff, but then I also want to do this. It's, you know, it's a process. You know what I also just realized? I did not get anywhere near. Obviously, I wasn't done with all the UI designing. I never went through the whole making a new announcement thing. I mean, it'll be easy to do. I just, you know, I'll probably just do some overall management or admin thing and page, and we'll deal with it then. Okay. Settings page. We could work in the settings page, or we could do the nav bar. I kind of want to do the nav bar, honestly. But then we also have to get the POS system set up for at least get database hooked up to it so we can get pull quote unquote POS systems. But you know we'll sign. Also, I kind of wanna. Well, that can wait. It's fine. Uh, update item. You know, I'm just going to copy this. I'm just going to copy this to that. And these are all pretty much going to be pretty much the same thing as add. The only difference is that we get it. Anyways, uh, yeah. So I'm gonna skip the song just because it's not in my vibe. That's a little better. Just a little. Oh. Okay, we'll keep it at that. We'll honestly, we'll pretty much. Right. Well, actually, we. Okay, so Firebase. Basically, the way Firebase works is you have your different. In your, like, structure, you have your different keys, right? So you have your keys, and then whatever that key is equal to, its value, right? It only. All the keys have to be unique. They don't allow you to have multiple one keys. So basically, if you have one with the same name, it just overwrites the one that's still in the database instead of just adding a new one. So because of how that works, technically, all I would need to do on client side is in the settings page for it, load in all the items with the data, and then when you change something, it just grabs it from here and updates it with the add item. Because it doesn't really need this. There's no need for its own function, honestly. Now that I think about it. Same thing with character. Now that I think about it. Cello will need its own thing. Yeah, that's gonna need its own thing. But item what? Well, I mean, you can still have it if you want to, but it's not going to be any different than this. You're just, you know, we'll do it just because for now, and if I feel like it's I mean, I know it's unnecessary, but for consistency, I'm just gonna, excuse me. But for consistency, I'm just going to do it. Even though it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Which remind me I need to configure certs. I'm just gonna copy that. So I'm gonna configure certs, so I just add a little comment to remind me to do that. So yeah. The same thing would be true for certs as well. If they don't really need their own update function, because again, it's same thing. Character. you know, now it's really the same thing for a lot of these actually. Because, you know, Firebase just overrides stuff, it doesn't add multiple of the same thing. So, yeah. And then, so, the old version of Firebase had like a dot push. I couldn't find one for the new version, which is why we had to install UUID yesterday to get unique IDs, which is fine, but I feel like they should have added. You know what? What am I doing? I can just look through here and see if they have a. They do have a push. Oh, the UUID was completely unnecessary. Good job, Speed. Good job. It's fine. Okay, it is what it is. Why do I have user here? Oh, because it's supposed to say who owns the store. Stupid me. It's okay. Well, yeah. Even though, oh. It just reminded me. I'm going to on the back end. Once we're nowhere near close to getting to the back end, but when we get to the back end, we're going to need to add some functions because if we want to do this right, I don't want to. So, okay, what you should do, or what the most safest thing to do would be to have your own API that then talks to the database instead of having the client talk to the database. Which, I mean, having the client talk to the database is not a big deal as long as you have your Firebase security rules set up correctly. But that would be another way to do it, and then you could just have your database completely locked down, and no one would be able to do anything with it at all. But then it requires you to get actual hosting for your functions, which I don't really want to do because it's a pain to do and it costs money. And it's kind of unnecessary for the most part. But we will need a backend server for we we will need a. Sorry, my friend keeps DMing me on Discord. Uh, anyways, what was I? Oh, right. So we will need a backend server, to handle like authentications when logging to Discord and then creating a user on Firebase to the. Okay, let me restart. We need a backend server to handle the login authentication so that when a user signs in by Discord, it signs them into the Firebase authentication and then returns a token with all their data. And that's verified data, and you can't mess with that token, right? And so, what we need to do is, what I'm going to need to do is remember to add a function to update their authentication claims to add that they are the owner of a store that they create. JC, did you just? Oh my, JC. JC! Oh my god. Sorry. Moving on. Okay. How's everyone nights going? Or day? Or morning? You know, I don't know. What times are you guys in? Hmm. Okay. It's gonna be a process, but yeah, it's one thing at a time. One thing at a time. So Scylla will need its own update thing for sure. Add cert won't need its own thing. Add character technically won't need its own thing. Add employee won't need its own thing. We're gonna do it for consistency, but yeah. Ah, they now need to ask him. I might move on to do some HTML stuff just because I have questions. I have questions for my client. He just went to bed, so. Okay. Yeah, this is giving me a headache, so we're gonna do some HTML for a little bit and maybe come back to this in a bit. Because I mean, don't give. I have a Trello for this, right? I'm prepared, and I do. Am I? No, but that's fine. Okay. You know, I have a Trello here, right? And I have database structures. And we have I came up with how I want to structure out the database, and of course I forgot about some things like the certs. I forgot about announcements, but I added that in. We changed businesses to sellers because I ended up just typing in sellers because I didn't want to. Well, I can never spell business right. Point proven right here. I can never spell business right. So I just changed it to sellers because I'm terrible at English, apparently. So yeah, that's what we'll do. We will do some HTML for a little bit. Maybe come back to this in a bit and see how that goes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So if we look on a UI reference, which for you guys will be popped onto which for you guys will be on the bottom right. Yeah, bottom right. That's the UI reference, and then the bottom left is the preview of the React app. Okay. So if we look on the reference, we could work on settings. And keep in mind, we're going to need to add an update notes link to that. Because I just forgot to do it because I'm a terrible person. So we'll work on... Okay. Should we work on the navbar first? Or should we work on... Oh, well, we actually aren't even done with the homepage. I just realized. We still gotta set up the Big Block Enterprises businesses. Which, I don't get the whole point of just because, like, they're not gonna have... Not everyone's gonna have access to it, but... Whatever. You know what? Screw it. We'll work on the settings page for a little bit. We'll figure out that later just because, yeah. So we're just working on settings. If I can open that back up, that'd be great. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So for the settings page, what we will do. Okay. Okay. We have to take a little bit to think about this. because we're gonna have multiple different types of setting pages technically. Like we have the overall web management page to update any businesses or remove any businesses that need to be removed or whatever, etc. Then we'll have settings for the POSs, but that will be individual settings for each business. Because this POS system is going to be expandable. We can add as many businesses as we want. And so the idea is that every person who logs into this site will have the ability to create their own POS system for the role-playing game. So what we would do, what will happen is we'll have a setting page for each of the businesses for the POS systems, and that's just, you know, that's easy, you know. And then we'll have the management page for each of the POS settings. Oh wait, no, that's the same thing. Yeah, you have the settings page slash the management page, whatever you want to call it. That's where you add employees, you add items, you update the prices, etc., etc., etc. We'll have the POS itself. We'll have the checkout, which is to finalize any transactions. Which I actually need to update that UI because we're going to add some pretty cool things to that. Which I will talk about later because it's really cool and I'm gonna make you guys come back to watch that. So stay tuned if you want to know what is coming up. Don't forget to, you know, follow, subscribe. Okay, now that I did my own plug thing. Yeah, anyways. Okay. So we have this settings page right here. If I can remember how this works. There we go. This is the page where everyone has access to this page. Everyone has their own settings page. So they can add their own characters in or whatever. They can update it, and then we're gonna add a notes sections to update. But yeah, we might. Oh, which reminds me, I need to add alerts, web alerts to the thing. Well, I don't want to do web alerts, but I want to do, you know, my own alert system for the website. So this is the checkout page I was talking about. And not all the items are going to be highlighted in red. Those are just the ones that are limited. Yeah, this is supposed to be the POS manager page to, like, you know, add employees, update items, etc., etc. I just didn't. I got bored of doing UI stuff, so I decided I want to start scripting. So we're gonna look at this page right here, which is, you know, pretty simple, and this is the settings page. So we will do that. Okay. We're just gonna call this settings because it's the overall settings page for every user. So we're gonna call it settings. Which we'll just do RFC, enter. And then we'll just do okay. We'll add a CSS page. We'll do my custom boilerplate. I think that's everything I'm gonna need for that. Let's not forget to link our CSS page, style sheet, because it's not fun when you do that. Yeah, I just did one too many. Yeah, so CSS slash settings.css. Did I do capital S? Yeah, I did. That's right. That's something. In the past, my components would be capital because that's what React requires, and then my CSS pages would just be lowercase. But I didn't like that, so then I decided this time around we're just gonna do this. So yeah. So we linked our CSS page. First step, you know. So yeah. background will always... No, it won't actually. What would happen? And this is really stupid, but I wonder what would happen if I... Oh, well, I have to do it like that. Right. Also, I need to make a mental note that we need to actually make out the private nav boy. But it's fine. It's fine. The nice thing is that we don't have to mess with the background settings CSS again. That's the nice part. We're gonna import public navbar, but you know, React is very weird in its things, and I just realized we're gonna have to add a route to it. So we're gonna do slash settings, and that's just gonna be equal to settings. Yay! Get added. Okay. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that, React? Yeah, you are sure. Okay. There we go. Come on, I fixed it. No, I fixed it. Leave me alone. It's settings. How did settings? That's CSS. Do I need to add that CSS? Is that what the issue is? Okay, make it. Cool. And so, okay, so what we're saying is the nice about React is all those CSS sheets are kind of linked to each other, and so like if I wanted to change something from the login page, I could do it from the home CSS page instead of the login CSS sheet, but I just, you know, for organization, I have separate CSS style sheets for the separate components. But, which, you know, this can become very annoying, but also very helpful. In this case, it's very, very helpful because I have this background image, and because I already addressed it in the home component, and this will be true, this will never change throughout all the pages on the website, or web app, I should say. I can just call it, as long as I give it the same name as main background, which I did, because you know I just copied and pasted it, then it will apply to this across the whole web application. Okay, so we did that. I want to become more efficient. So we're gonna become more efficient. uh, so we have our, okay, we have kind of two different divs, right? We have the part where you add the div, where you add the characters, and the part where you update the characters. So we're gonna do two divs. So we're gonna we'll do add try, we'll do add try, and then within that we're gonna want three different imports. So within that we'll do import times 3, and we'll work on the class names later. And then we're gonna do a dot update try, and within that we'll do that times 3, which kind of worked and kind of didn't. And I just realized you don't want to do that times 3, you don't need it once. What? I know that's how that works. Unless I'm just being an idiot, which, you know, is absolutely possible, okay? But dot add try, and then within that we want to have an import, and we'll just call it, I don't know, a 1 times 3. and we'll just format document. Yay! Okay. Uh, that is true for all of these. They will be text. And as well as we're also gonna want to do a button. Hey, don't mess with my thing. So we'll just do a button. And we're doing, what are we doing? Are we doing the big one? We're doing, there we go, okay. It's kind of useless because it's kind of the same thing, but we're doing it anyways. We'll do a button and we'll call it, we'll give a class name with, we'll just call it add. Okay. First one is gonna be, we're gonna F name, first name, L name for last name, and then we'll do notes. The update one is gonna be unique because again it theoretically should be going through the database. So that's why that was what was gonna leave it as B. So for these three, what we can do is we're gonna have a placeholder which is just gonna be equal for first name. Yeah, first name. We'll do a placeholder for last name. And then we will do a placeholder for notes. If you look on our site, it's gonna tell us that we are not able to do that because we didn't import a button, but now we did, so leave me alone. Yeah, so that does those things. Okay, so I'm getting sidetracked. Okay. So that's that. And you know, someone's a bit cranky this morning. Anyways, afternoon, night. It's actually night. It's 8:23 p.m. my time. Anyways, that's besides the point. Okay. So if we look on the design, what we're gonna do is we're going to grab. Okay, first things first. We're gonna grab that color, and we're gonna go on the settings page, and then we're just gonna do dot settings. We'll do background color of that, of hashtag that. Nope. There we go. So we're gonna do that. And then for the settings, first, last, etc., etc. So for settings, what I'm actually just gonna do for input of that because they'll all be the same. Actually, yeah, literally all of them will be the same. We will do that of a background color of that. And then the notes, we will do color, which is really the text color, which you know what? I really don't know why they can't just call it the text color. Why does it just have to be color? It really bothers me. Besides the point. Besides the point. For a button, it'll be this green. So we'll just do dot settings. Dot settings and this specific, so we'll do add but dot add but that would be background color of this with color just being white. And then I think we use bold. Yeah, semi-bold. So we'll do font weight will be... I don't think that's a thing actually on here. It's just bold and we'll go bold. I'm assuming that's semi-bold. So we can see what that looks like. Okay, not too terrible. And I just realized that I need to... that. Aha! Ha! So that's CD333, which we already did around here. So I kind of went with a... I should... There we go. Okay. Did I meant to do that? No. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Wait, did I... Was I... No, I wasn't. I just forgot about the... Right. Okay. That's fine. And that's fine. But within dot settings, dot add character, we're gonna do a background color of that. There we go. And then we are gonna copy this for the update. And that's technically gonna be plural because that's gonna be updating, be able to update multiple characters. So that's better. Yeah, settings page will always be the same, so that's, yeah. And that, like, that's the same thing as this, isn't it? Or is that a different color? No, that's right. Okay, cool. We'll worry about the update thing later. For the add chart, that's what we'll do. Settings won't have a background color at all. So that's not of importance. So that's better. We're gonna do a border radius, which is just gonna be 1M. And then we'll do a padding. I think I'm gonna do a padding. Yeah, we're gonna do a padding this time. We'll do a padding of 0.5M. Oh, that's noise. I mean, it might be a little bit much, but it's fine. We're also going to do a display flex to make it all line up one after another. And that's, it's really noise. We'll do a justify content center. We'll do an align items center, and then we'll do an align text align center, which will do all of that nice magical thing. For the actual width, we're gonna want it to be 95%. Or 90 view height, actually. View width, I mean. Yeah. And then we'll do a margin of auto. And we'll do a height of 5 view height of 5%. But, oh, look at that. So perfect. And then we'll do a margin on top of like 1M or something like that. We will change it to, oh, I said 95, and then I did 90. That's better. Okay. Our inputs will all be a height of, I want to say 90% of the parent. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. And we will do the same thing for our button. Noise. Our inputs we're gonna give them a margin of auto, which I think would just, you know, separate it all nice. Oh, I don't want it to be separated like that though. I mean, it's not terrible, but well, actually, no, that's kind of what we wanted. It says, I mean, that's what we wanted. But now to think about it, that's a lot of space. Well, first things first. Let's round let's do a border radius for all the things of 1M. And then we'll also add that to a button. Okay. For imports, input. Inputs, we'll do a padding of 0.5M, which might be a bit much, but oh no, you know what, that's perfect. And then we'll do a text align of center, like so, and then let's see how that looks. Okay, cool. We're gonna do a display, no we won't, but I just realized I kind of just messed with everything. I'm gonna just put contents, center. Do I have to just do that? Align self? Justify self? Oh, you know what I need to do? No, I shouldn't. I mean, I'll do a display flex, but I don't think that's necessary for this, but whatever. I will do that, and then we'll do content. No, let's just... I'm going to control Z's. See, that's when that was fine. And so, you know what we'll do? Text align center. That will fix that issue. There we go. So that is great and all. I'm gonna have a width be a little bit bigger, and we'll do like 12. No, we'll do 15% of the div, which is great. And then for button, we'll do a width of 5%. No, yeah, 5%. I mean, it might be 10, but we'll see. No, I kind of like it like that. Yeah. There's a lot of space here. Maybe I'll make the notes part of it. So dot settings. No. Yeah. Dot settings dot notes. Is it notes or is it note? Notes. Maybe I'll do that a higher width, so like a width of like 30%. Because it's notes, so it should be longer theoretically. Yeah, I like that. And then for our button, let's try what 10% looks like. I just want to, you know. Ooh, yes. Okay, I actually like that. What do you guys think? Okay. That's that. Okay, let's give this on, because again, it's not my vibe. Okay. So, I know that's a small preview. Well, actually, I mean, I don't think it's terribly small. I mean, I know it's small, but let's see. Actually, let me see what it looks like from you guys' end. Oh, I mean, it's not terrible actually. But I'll give you guys the preview of what it looks like in full screen. So desktop transition. So that's what it's looking like, which is nice. Okay. I'm sure there's something else I was supposed to do, but let's see what. Oh no, that looks perfect. Okay. Actually, look at that. It kind of looks nice. And that, you know, this is totally a random hover over thing, but I like it. And you know what? Just I don't know why. This is really annoying, and I don't know why this is an issue. I feel like buttons should automatically do this, but they don't. So when it hovers, we have to set the pointer or cursor to pointer, and I don't know why we have to do that manually. It's a button; it should do it on itself. Why is that an issue? And I probably forgot to do it for the login page. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I did. See? So we do that. And I have the hiccups at the worst possible time. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Okay. Um, we'll do the update characters page. So, I mean, not the page, the diff, which was this lower part, which isn't hard at all. Like, again, it's not. It's just, you know, different. We're gonna copy that. Hey, oh, we already did it. We already did it. Of course, we already did it. Just that smart. Uh, for now, what we'll do is we will temporarily, we'll basically copy the add-ons, the add characters part of it, so all these inputs, including the button actually. So, but we'll do that, and we'll format the document. The only difference is this will be delete. Oh, remove technically. We'll call it remove, and then we'll do. For consistency, we'll do remove in all caps. And then we will just simply grab that red. It's just right there. This is okay. I this wasn't. This is a new feature of Lunacy where you highlight everything and you just click on a component and it shows you all the colors used in that. So instead of having to click through each of the items to get to that color, oh my god, it's such a game changer. Yeah, anyways. So, oh, no, we can't do that. I mean, no, we can, but not like that. We'll do dot settings dot remove button, and then we'll do this, and we'll do a background color of a hashtag or hex like that, which is great, but it isn't what we want. We need to do one more thing, and not here, but I'll show you in a second. Let me just do that. So that it, and then that is using semi-bold. Okay, so on the settings page, this is going to be, so the idea is that it'll grab from the database all the characters, then they'll be able to just at a glance update their characters information, which actually, I feel like that's a bad idea that you shouldn't be able to do that, but you know, whatever, it is what it is. So what we'll do is we need this to be its own input and its own div temporarily. Well, not temporarily, but we're gonna need a, well, we'll do it like this just to get an idea of what it should look like. Uh, yeah, we'll just call it character. So it has to be in its own thing like that. And then in settings, we're gonna need to give it its own thing of not that, but of that. Right? And then the idea is we will do that like, I don't know, 4 times, 5 times. Like that. And then heading is updated, that's updated. Okay, so this, so first, actually, we need to do display flex. Display flex, that's the first thing. We need to give it a width. So, it's kind of like what we did up here. Except for we want this to be percentage wise. So we want it to be 95%. And then we want the height to be 5%. And then the actual update characters link, we want that to be, so for, well, again, let's do display flags because we'll do justify content center, align item center, yeah, align item center, and I'm probably forgetting about something else, but we'll leave it for now. Okay, so for width, like we're going to, we don't want it to be 95% of the whole screen. We want it to be probably around 80. Well, you know what? No, screw it. We're doing it 95. You know what? Yeah, we'll do it 95, and then height will be height will be 5% or whatever it is. Oh wait, no. Except for height, we want it to be more. Or we actually want that to be more like 50. So something like that. And we'll probably do more like 60 actually, but that's better. We'll leave some room. And then we'll do a margin of auto. Like so. We'll do a border radius up here of 1M. We will remove this display flex, which will kind of break everything else, but that's okay. We'll do align content center, which will not do anything, but that's okay because what we'll do is down here we'll do a margin of auto. And actually, we don't need to do that because we're using display flex, so we'll just do a justify content center, which is not going to do what I wanted to do, so we do need that, but it's fine. We'll do align item center. We can try align self center. I don't think that'll work though. Now we want it. Yeah. And we will need to do a margin of auto, like so. We're gonna give a margin on top of like 0.5M. Actually, we'll probably end up doing 1M. Ooh, can we do 1M? Well, let's see what 1M looks like. And sure, why not? And we don't. No, we do. Well, yeah. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna double the height of it. Yeah, that's better. Specific context align self center, which I don't. We'll do that. Why is that? Interesting. I want to see what happens if I remove that. Is that going to put it against? Interesting. It shouldn't. Oh, that would probably help. A little bit. That might help a little bit, you know? Let's do the border radius, which I thought I already did, but apparently I didn't, of 1M. And pretty much everything is gonna want that. We'll do a border radius for the button as well. We will want to do a... We don't want a 95% because that would just ruin stuff. But we can do like a 20 or a 10. Let's do a 10 first and then see what it looks like. It's just gonna be a square. If I can load up the tab. Yeah, it's just like, let's do it. No, we'll do 50. Oh wait, no. That is fine. That needs to be like 95% or whatever. Okay, maybe not 95, maybe 90? Okay, maybe not, maybe like 80? And then we'll do like 20 for the width? Yeah. Yeah, why not? Now we're gonna do like, like 16. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's fine. I love how I did height up here, then width down there. That's great. We need to add that to this, which we probably didn't do it yet. We're gonna want to do it to that. What is that word? Okay, I agree. We will kick in. Not a huge Substack fan, but this is NCS, so NCS, yeah. Okay, a height will be. We'll do 50. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's fine. And then we'll do a margin auto. Whatever. I mean, I don't think that's what we want, but... Oh yeah, hey, look. Margin auto. We'll do a margin. That's a margin auto. That's a margin auto. So... The updates thing itself needs to have its own margin top of one. And then we're gonna do display flex, because that should be maybe grid. I don't like how I did all that though. Well, let's just try position relative. Well, that, you know. Well, wow. That won't do anything. We will do. Oh, yeah, I don't want to say that. Like, it's just. The only thing I can think of is do a padding of 1M, but that will mess up everything, so I don't know if that would do what I wanted to do. You know, point proven. Well, let me take off the margin of one top for a second. I mean, oh yeah, it's just. Oh! That's not what we wanted. We want to do it up here. Duh. We want that to have a padding of 1M. M, lowercase. Oh, see, yeah, that looks fine. Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic. Oh, it's great. Okay, so that's what that will look like. And again, it's a freaking button. We shouldn't need to do this. Why? It's still like a place where you like. It's like a place where you recommend suggestions to like update HTML and CSS stuff. I'm sure there is somewhere. This should be applied to default to buttons. Am I wrong? Or am I right? Am I right or am I right? And just because I want to see, like, this is no way, you know, like, I don't think this is, I will do it like this. With just use the HTML buttons. And, oh wait, let me remove the CSS from that. Which is going to be ugly and annoying, but yeah, see, it's annoying. And I just realized we don't need an import bootstrap. There's no point. It's all the same thing. I mean, you could use a div as a button if you wanted to. Okay. Let me, let me check something. Oh, I don't want to do that. Okay, let me just go to this real quick, to that, / link. What is it? Oh, it is similar. Okay. Anyways. Okay. So. I'm gonna close that. Okay. So basically what we're gonna do now is we're gonna turn all of these into one component. Well, we're gonna turn the character div into a component. Or really an atom, which is what I like to call them. So we're gonna create a new folder and we'll call it settings. Again, this is to help organization. It's not necessary, but it it makes life easier. And then we're gonna do a .chart chart.css. And then over here again in atoms, we'll do another folder again, and we'll do settings again, and then we'll do .charts again, except for it'll be JS. And then we'll do RFC. And you don't need to do anything special for this is just a regular component. It's just another component. That's you know, all these pages are technically components, and all we're really doing is passing on one component as the page itself. But you know, they're all just components. There's no special thing about it. Which is why I love React. It makes life so much easier. Okay, so what we'll do is we're going to import our CSS page because it's painful when you do stuff. CSS slash add-ons slash settings slash char.css. Okay. All of these we're gonna copy. Basically, we're copying it into our. Well, let's do our thing. Yeah, let's do the other way. Yeah. And then we'll do. You know what? This is so unnecessary. Now that I think about it, because we already did. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. But this is technically unnecessarily. I think that's everything. I think basically what we'll do. Literally, what we're going to do is we're just going to go settings. We're going to copy this. Literally. Boom. And then we're going to format. Format document. Yeah, that's literally what we're doing. We're gonna put this in its own div again. It's just gonna be .choi. So that'll make life easier. That'll make life easy. And then the only difference is up here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pass on our we're just gonna call it data. Yeah, data, which is gonna be equal to data. And the only difference is our placeholder is going to be data. Well, data dot fname. Then it'll probably just be first name. And then same thing for here, except for last name. So data dot last name. And again, data dot notes. And then remove with just as remove. And then basically what we can do is we can go up here. We're gonna do a variable called data. It's just gonna be false information. It's just gonna be BS. It's BS data. Okay, it's test. It's data for the test. Okay. So for first name, we're gonna just put spoot. For last name, we're just gonna put like, I don't know. What's a good last name? You know what? Nerd. There we go. And then for notes, we'll just do something, you know, I don't know, whatever. And so then, and this is the fun part, you know what we have to do now? We say bye-bye to all these divs. And I probably went one too many. No, I didn't. I did not. Oh yeah, I went one too least. And then, you know what we do? We input our char with our data equal to data. And we stop close. And then we'll just do that a couple times, you know, like 6 times. Why not? Boom! See? Isn't that so cool? Okay. And then, you know, again, we can just you do that a couple times. However many. And I just did that wrong. How do I is it not? Is it just? Oh, yeah, it's just that. I just want to see what happens when I do that. That's great. What we can do actually, good thing I thought about that, is now I'll try in the settings, and we're gonna remove all this stuff. This is just, and that should not do anything at all. Cool. So what we'll do is in our settings thing, no, not our settings, update characters. We'll have an overflow be just auto, but now it's just scrolling. And we're gonna add our own custom scrolling thing later. I just don't want to do it right now. So that's what we'll do. Yeah, that was quick and easy and nice. So eventually what we're gonna do is once we got the database all completely set up, we're just gonna loop through the user's characters and just add a character for each of it. And so eventually this would actually just be equal to like all of these would just literally be this, and it'll be like, I don't know, choice or whatever, and it'll have all the repeating groups. For now, we'll leave it at that. um, yeah. Okay. I think that's a good ending spot for today. I will probably be back tomorrow streaming again, and again probably Sunday. But you know, it was great. It was fun. Uh, if you stick through this the whole time, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. Uh, Again, I'm streaming this to like YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter all at the same time. So, you know, do one of those three things for whatever you're on. And, yeah. And again, these are inputs, so eventually they'll just, you know. Okay. Anyways, yeah, so thank you so much. Have a good night, or good day, or good morning, or good afternoon, or whatever, you know? Have a good night. Bye.